If you are not changing these specific settings on your brand new television, then you are not getting anywhere near the best picture quality or viewing experience it is truly capable of. In just a matter of minutes, we are going to have your display looking and performing at its absolute best. Hello everyone and welcome to TechVibes. We have been hearing this from every major manufacturer for years now. Research actually shows that most people never even touch the most basic settings on their brand new TV. It usually comes straight out of the box, gets plugged in, and that is simply the end of the story. I definitely do not blame you for that. Just like a kid on a holiday, it is exciting to break into a new toy, but it really is a shame that most owners do not take a few moments to make some easy changes. With just a few minutes of clicking some buttons, you can completely transform how your picture looks and make the interface much easier to navigate. Today, I am going to walk you through 7 essential settings you need to change on your Samsung TV to unlock the best possible image, regardless of what your personal preferences might be. I will show you exactly how to do it step by step. The first thing you need to understand is that all modern TVs now ship with an eco setting turned on by default. As much as we all want to help the environment, there are likely more effective ways to do that than by limiting the brightness and contrast of your expensive screen. It is equivalent to buying a high-performance sports car, only to find the acceleration and top speed are capped at 40 miles per hour. On a Samsung TV, you want to press the settings button on your remote. Navigate to all settings and then move down to general and privacy. From there, select power and energy saving and toggle the energy saving solution to off. While you are already here, go ahead and disable brightness optimization as well. You should be aware that many modern displays now come with optical sensors that detect how bright your room is and whether the ambient light is warm or cold. The TV then attempts to adjust the picture automatically to optimize brightness and color temperature. The reality is that this feature does not always work well and can often do more harm than good to the overall image quality. Let us turn this off to ensure that your television will not be making arbitrary brightness or color decisions for you. This is especially important if you are in a room with shifting light conditions, like passing clouds or bright sun during the day. With those critical settings now under your direct control, let us select a proper picture mode. You will need to be inside an app to do this, so I will use YouTube as an example. Press the settings button on your remote and navigate right to picture mode. I personally prefer modes like cinema, movie, or filmmaker. However, if you happen to prefer a cooler or more blue-leaning color temperature, you might find that standard looks best to your eyes. I strongly suggest staying away from options like Vivid, which is labeled as dynamic on Samsung, or the sports mode. These tend to oversaturate things way too much and often look harsh or blown out. Next, you want to dial in the brightness to a level you actually enjoy. Some people prefer a brighter setting for daytime viewing, while others do not need as much intensity if they mostly watch at night. If you do a bit of both, you can actually set different brightness levels for 2 separate picture modes and switch between them whenever you like. The trick here is to recognize that sometimes you will be watching standard dynamic range content, while other times you will be watching high dynamic range. And you will want to set the brightness for both individually. On a Samsung TV, while inside any app but before playing a video, set your brightness for SDR content by going into your settings quick menu. Navigate right to picture setup or brightness. You will find the brightness slider there and can adjust it to your liking. You can also access this through the All Settings menu under Picture and then Expert Settings. For HDR, we simply need to play some actual HDR content first. This could be a specific show on Netflix or a high-quality video. I like to use channels that produce beautiful HDR content to test this out. Just make sure the video description confirms it is indeed in HDR. Press the Settings button on the remote and navigate to Brightness or Picture Setup. You might notice your SDR brightness was at a lower number, while the HDR version is maxed out at 50. There is also one more hidden thing you can do to make your Samsung TV even brighter if that is what you want. That would be the local dimming setting. You can find this by pressing the Settings button on your remote and selecting All Settings. Go to Picture, then Expert Settings and scroll down to Local Dimming. You can experiment with this by switching it between Low, Standard, or High. When set to Low, the overall brightness will be lower, but you will notice less blooming or halos around bright objects on dark backgrounds. However, if you set it to Standard or High, you will get significantly more brightness from your screen, which is fantastic for daytime viewing. Once you have adjusted your local dimming, go back to that HDR content we were playing and check your brightness again. You will likely see it is turned all the way up. I recommend keeping it this way so that the bright highlights have plenty of sparkle. If it feels like too much for your eyes at night, you can always turn it down manually. Finally, let us discuss the topic of motion smoothing. Some viewers love it, but others feel it makes everything look strange, fake, or like a soap opera. I am not here to tell you what you should like. I just want to show you how to adjust it so your picture looks exactly how you want it to look. To adjust motion smoothing on a Samsung, go back to the Expert Settings menu and scroll down to Picture Clarity Settings. You can choose to turn this off entirely. Alternatively, you can reduce the intensity of the effect by turning blur reduction and judder reduction down to a lower setting. Experiment with these sliders a little bit. You may find that you do not want them active for movies, but you actually enjoy how they make the TV look for live sports. The final decision is in your hands because you took the time to customize your hardware. Now that we have the picture dialed in perfectly, let us look at a couple of other settings that can make using your TV more convenient. During the initial setup, your Samsung should have asked you to connect your external devices so they could be identified. This process sets up the remote to control the basic functions of those devices. If you skipped that step, or if you have added a new device recently, you should check your HDMI CEC setting. On a Samsung, this is specifically called AnyNet Plus. If your TV supports the latest standards like HDMI 2.1, this feature works incredibly well for high-speed devices. To get to this, click the Settings button on your remote and navigate down to Connection. Go to External Device Manager and you can toggle it on or off. With this feature enabled, I can control my soundbar volume and even navigate my game console menus using just the TV remote. The moral of the story is that when you buy a brand new television, it is going to look good, but it can look significantly better with a few tweaks. If you have ever felt underwhelmed by a high-end TV after hearing all the hype, it is absolutely worth diving into these menus to see what the hardware can really do. Even if you are watching this on a TV that is a few years old, now is a great time to see if there is more performance hidden under the hood. Thank you so much for watching TechVibes today. I really hope you found this guide helpful for your home setup. Please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more tech tips, and leave a comment below letting me know which setting made the biggest difference for you. We will be making more of these guides for other brands soon to help everyone get the best experience possible. Until next time, thanks for watching.